Hello everyone, my name is Mike and this is Matrix to Paradise. This is a channel that I created to document my journey from the Matrix, which is a truck driving job for me now, to my personal paradise, which is going to be documenting my journeys and my adventures overseas, starting off with Southeast Asia. I haven't done a video in almost a week. I was gonna do one 4 days ago. I think it was 4 or 3 days ago. I was gonna do one 3 or 4 days ago, but I got sick with a cold and I couldn't really speak, so it was not good. And I still have remnants of it, if you can hear my voice, but I feel much better today. Hold on, let me turn this off. All right. So anyway, the last time I talked to you, I was in Monticello, Utah, and I was taking a load up to Salt Lake City. I believe it's Salt Lake. It's so hard to remember because there's so many loads I do all the time. But anyway, I took it up to Salt Lake, and I picked up another load in Salt Lake from Frito-Lay and took them all the way down to Peoria, Arizona. I completed that load, and I had 2 loads set up. They had one little small load in Phoenix area that I was going to do the next day, and pick up a load the same day and head out towards Dallas. So I went back to from Peoria, Arizona, to where the Crete yard is in Phoenix, where I leave my vehicle. It's not that far. So I stayed overnight there. Well, that night, I could feel a cold coming on. I could feel it. You just know. So I was like, I hope this doesn't show up. Hopefully, I can get, through tonight and it doesn't really show up. It's just, an allergy cough or something. Nope. I woke up the next morning sick as heck. So I had to call in sick and tell them I can't do the next load. I'm just sick as hell. Because I was just, when you're coughing up and your throat is, sore and your head's, you just can't drive. I could drive if I had to. I just didn't want to. So I called them and said, look, I'm not feeling good. So, so I spent 2 days trying to recover from this cold. And I did. I recovered. And the next day was yesterday. I told them, in the morning, I said, hey, I'm ready for a load, blah, blah, blah. And they looked and they tried to find something. It was the weekend, so they only had something for today. So they didn't have anything for Saturday. They did have stuff for Saturday, but it was giving me too many days to deliver it, which was going to be pretty much unproductive. I would have had an extra day to deliver and sit around and do nothing. I didn't want that. So it still worked out the same way. I'd much rather spend my time just sleeping there if I was going to do it, if I was going to go anywhere. So they gave me a load for today. So today I went, they have a Red Bull distribution center in a place called Waddell, Arizona, which is on the eastern side of the far western side of the Phoenix metro area. And so I drove up there from the yard down in South Phoenix, and I was supposed to be there between 4:30 and 6:30 in the morning to pick up this load, right? And it was already supposed to be done. So I got there at 4:30, exactly at 4:30, and took the empty that I had there, the empty trailer, and they said, it's not ready yet. It won't be ready. And she called in, the guard called in there and tried to find out when it was going to be ready. And they said, come back at 8. So it's like, I just wasted all this time getting up at 4:30 in the, 3:30 in the morning to drive up there, and they're not ready. Now, there was the window, 4:30 to 6:30, so it should have been ready way before that. Should have been ready last night, but it wasn't. So I had to go out. Oh, I dropped off the trailer. I took the truck across the street. There's some dirt over there, and across the street from the plant, the Red Bull place, you could park on the side of the road over there. There was a bunch of other trucks over there waiting to get live loaded. I wasn't getting live loaded. I was just picking up an already loaded trailer. So I basically just took another nap for 2.5 hours. So, well, it was, but yeah, by the time, it was almost 3, it was 3 hours by the time I got over there. So 3 hours. So what happens is I have 14 hours on my clock, on my work clock for the day. That keeps running no matter what. You can't stop the work clock. It just keeps running. The drive clock was not going because I wasn't driving, but the work day clock was going. So, so by the time I went over there at 8 o'clock again, I woke up from a nap, because I was still a little bit tired. I mean, I would have kept driving if they would have been ready at 4:30. I would have just drove out of there and then got someplace early, because if you get up at 4:30, you can only drive until about 2, at the most 3 in the afternoon. So I'd have been done early anyway and went to sleep early. But since it wasn't done, they kept messing up my day. So what it does is it takes away your 14-hour clock when you go in early and there's nothing there and you have to wait. It keeps ticking. So you only get 14 hours with that clock. So I go over there and I waste, 4.5, 5 hours almost on that clock, because I had to drive all the way up there from South Phoenix, which is a ways. It's like 40-minute drive. And then plus I got fuel on the way, so that was another half an hour, 45 minutes. So then they made me wait 4 hours before they finally got me in there. So 8 o'clock I go in there, it still wasn't ready. She says it's almost ready. They said, so just, pull around and park it over here and I'll come out of the guardhouse and give you your paperwork and you can go in. I said, okay. So about 9:30, right in that area, she comes over and knocks on the door and gives me the paperwork, and I go in and pick up the trailer and take off. So I still got all the way to Las Cruces, New Mexico. That's where I'm at right now, at the Loves in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I still got this far, so I'm almost to El Paso. But I still have 635 miles to go until I get to Austin, where I'm going, where this load is going. And I've got to get most of it done tomorrow. And then I have to get the load there before noon the next day. Because tomorrow's the 17th. Today's the 16th. Tomorrow's the 17th. And yeah. And I have to deliver between 8 o'clock in the morning and noon on the 18th. So, this guy's like, don't be scraping my truck. Alright, he looks like he's not going to. Some guy pulling in next to me on that side. You always got to watch out for people, because they'll run into your truck or scrape something off on your truck and then they'll take off. They won't stay around to get, a police report, whatever. And then you're stuck with the truck all screwed up. So, anyway, I just watched him out my window here, my mirror. Anyway, so I've gotten this far. I've got another 635 miles. This is over 1,000 mile load, so this is a good load to start off the week. I wish they would have gotten me out of there a little earlier, because I could have been much further down the road. Because if I would have got out of there at 4 o'clock, 4:30, I would have had much more time on my hands here to get over there. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. I still think I'm going to make it, no problem. But if there's any kind of traffic jams or any kind of that stuff going on where I'm delayed for a few hours, it's going to make it tight. But I'm just happy to be back making money. I hate being sick, and I hate when I'm sick and not, making money. So thankfully that was taken care of. But anyway, it's the weekend, so my regular asset manager's not there today. Hopefully she's there tomorrow, and she can start stacking me up for loads. But yeah, it's just been a weird week. Oh, and then the load I took to Peoria. Oh my Lord. So I don't know. It was Frito-Lay sending bags of chips to Frito-Lay, like another distribution center there. But they don't pack their bags into proper boxes. They get these fold away boxes, and then they don't strap them in the back. So when I tried to open up the door, the stuff is falling out, trying to fall out. So I shut the door and just, left the trailer there. There's no way I could have opened that door, or everything would have fell out on the ground. And I'm not climbing up in there and forget that. There's already a seal on the trailer in the first place. I'm not breaking seals and going in there and start messing around with stuff. That's their problem. If they can't stack their own crap right or strap it themselves, because most places when they need straps, they'll ask for them. They'll put it in the work order when you get it on your tablet. They'll say put 2 straps in the back, so they can strap it in when you're getting a live load. But when it's a preloaded trailer, you shouldn't have to worry about it. Whatever, I don't care. So I just closed the door, latched it up, and just drove it back in there and let them deal with it at the plant. Whatever. I'm just, I'm not in the business to be a lumper. A lumper is a guy who unloads trailers. I'm not a lumper. I'm not unloading or loading trailers. That's just not happening. I'm a driver. I drive trucks. I'm not climbing up in there and loading shit and Now, there's sometimes you might have to climb in there to clean it out or to strap some stuff up if they need you to strap it up. Like whenever you go get beer at like Budweiser or Coors in Colorado, you have to go back there and strap it up or stuff will be all over the place. And they check to see if it's strapped up when you go through the guard gate. So you got to do it, which is fine. We got straps on our trucks. You can go back there and just strap it up, and get it secured. I don't think we should have to deal with that. I think they should strap it up at the freaking bottling plant. But whatever. So I don't get beer that much. I don't have to worry about it. But I didn't know that about the chips, but whatever. The only thing about chips is you're not supposed to drive over, into high mountains because it'll pop the chip bags. But the directions I was taking, I know that I'm you got to take a certain route. And I did, and of course the chips didn't get popped that way, so we're all good with that one. But anyway, so it's been almost a week since I did my last video, maybe even more than a week. But that's why I was sick. I was just sick and laying in bed trying to recover from it. And now that I'm finally back on the road, I'm making a video again. But anyway, that's about it. That's all that's going on right now. I will let everybody know when I get my next load, and we'll keep it going from there. But right now I'm in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and it's quite nice here. It's like it's 69 degrees here, so like 70 degrees, and it's February. Hopefully they keep me down south down here. I don't like driving up there in the snow and all that. I mean, I can. But hopefully they keep me down here, because this is my last winter driving a tractor trailer, and the least amount of snow that I drive in for this winter is the least amount of chances for me to get into an accident or have a problem. Which, who wants to drive in that stuff? Nobody does, especially with a tractor trailer. But I've done it and I can. I just don't like it. But if I have to, I will. But hopefully they'll keep me down south and I can avoid it for this winter, because I'm almost ready to go. Almost ready. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching my videos. If you like the videos, please hit the like button and subscribe. That really helps out the channel a whole lot. If you know anybody else who likes these kinds of subjects, escaping the Matrix, moving overseas, driving tractor trailers, any of that kind of stuff, trucking, pass it along to them and I'd be grateful big time. Everybody have a nice night. Don't work too hard in your next day at work, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye now.